Paul Jewell has been ringing the changes for consecutive away games at Liverpool, Chelsea and most recently Manchester United. And more today. At the back, Zeeuw has recovered from the knee injury he got at Anfield, but his deputy Matt Jackson stays in the side as Stefan Osho, who has played in all the club's previous Premiership games, has been carrying an injury and he sits out this one. Kavanagh and McCulloch are restored to the starting 11 after being substitutes at Old Trafford. Gary Teale comes in on the right of midfield. The Scot has done well in Wigan's run to the quarter-finals of the Carling Cup, and his choice emphasises Wigan's desire to really get at Charlton today. Alan Kirbishley has unsurprisingly gone for the same starting 11 which got Charlton back to winning ways against Sunderland last weekend, when Dean Kiely in goal kept his first clean sheet since his recall in place of Stefan Anderson. The captain Luke Young plays his 200th Premiership match, and fellow defender Chris Perry reaches the 350 mark. Darren Ambrose is earning the plaudits in midfield with 3 goals in his last 5 games. His great mate Darren Bent has missed some training this week with a hamstring problem, but after scoring the winner against Wigan at the Valley in August, he has his eyes firmly fixed on repeating the feat today. Well, Darren Bent was at the forefront of a 1-0 Charlton win over Wigan in August, but in truth the margin was on the pitch much wider than the scoreline suggested. So Charlton have come here in confident vein. They're on a playing surface which has been completely renovated over the last couple of weeks, so a new pitch for Wigan as they hope really for a fresh start back home after the toughest 3 games in a row that you could have really at this level, away at Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United, and prior to that losing here to the 2 North London clubs, Arsenal and Tottenham. And Danny Murphy plays well. Charlton usually play well. I've got Gordon McQueen alongside me. Gordon, are you intrigued by the mental side of this battle today? Both sides have had a lot of losses recently.
Very much so. I mean, as you mentioned, Martin, I mean, it's a really tough run of fixtures that Wigan Athletic have had, and obviously not used to losing in the last couple of seasons. Be interesting to see how they handle it. Paul Jewell reckons 15 points for the remaining games, obviously 25 already. Surprise package in the Premier League, did ever so well, and I think they'll manage it comfortably.
Charlton would go up to the 25-point mark if they win this game and would go above Wigan on goal difference. But although Wigan are looked upon as novices at this level, we shouldn't forget that they are backed by the millions of Dave Whelan. It's cost £100,000 to get this pitch renovated, re-turfed. They're not shy of shelling out for that. Here's Bullard, who prefers playing in the centre of midfield where he's starting today. He has been out on the right.
Yeah, a little collision there with probably, or arguably, the 2 best signings of the summer. Bent for Charlton, Zeeuw for Wigan.
Close to each other again here as Murphy tried to spring the one out-and-out striker in Alan Kirbishley's formation. They're happy, Charlton, with support coming from wider positions to one through the middle. It's Thomas on the left and Ambrose on the right. Thomas just tucking in a bit here, but he loses out to Bullard. Here's the effervescent Chimbonda. He's already made himself very popular at Wigan Athletic. McCulloch coming in. And coming in from the left of midfield as a converted striker, he's got an eye for an opportunity when the players switch like that. Jackson. Chimbonda again. Camara with a header. A few chances got away from him at Old Trafford on Wednesday. It might have been a different story then. We're looking to make up for it here.
Well, once again it's Chimbonda that supplied across. I mentioned 2 of the best signings of the summer in Zeeuw and Darren Bent. Well, this guy runs on very close as well. Terrific bit of business with Paul Jones, as you rightly say, Martin. A big favourite here at the JJB Stadium. Swashbuckling full-back, loves to get forward and put crosses like that into the box.
Zeeuw. Kishishev into Chimbonda there again. Looping it forward. McCulloch gives more impetus to Wigan. Claiming that it had gone out, but there was no flag, and Young kept Charlton going. And Zeeuw's tackle has actually turned out to be a terrific ball for Camara, but he couldn't pick out Roberts. Bit of dwelling by Kishishev. Can't do that with Kavanagh around. And Teale's come in to get a foot in as well, which means there's only Chimbonda on the right. Well, he can do both jobs in one package, really. Matt Jackson, who did have a spell on loan with Charlton Athletic when he was an Everton player a long time ago now. Roberts trying to glance it on. It ran for Camara. It's played back by Hreidarsson to the recently restored Dean Kiely.
Well, it's been a bright enough start by Wigan. I've certainly not started like a side that have lost their last 5 in a trot.
Powell. Charlton are reasonably happy with their form in away matches, in fact more than reasonably. They're very pleased. They've won 5 away games already this season. It's playing in front of their own fans where they've had their difficulties. Young. Pollitt was calling for it. Zeeuw, I think sensibly, played it away, and then there's a foul by Smertln on Baines.
Yeah, just chasing this long diagonal ball here, Smertln. Just a little push on Leighton Baines there. It's an interesting formation that Charlton play. I mean, their away form has been terrific, and it locked down to Bent. Striker that'll run down the channels, run over the top. Of course, both wingers like to come in and support. Danny Murphy for the middle of the park, likes to get up into scoring positions.
Bullard's first header. McCulloch trying to set it up for Baines, and he's done that. His left back's found Roberts well, and that leads to a challenge by Young that gives Wigan a corner. Zeeuw coming in on it. There's Bullard who'd look for the skipper.
Delivery there from Bullard was fantastic, as it often is. Really good on set plays, but what a defensive header from Hreidarsson. Terrific.
It's a lovely ball by Smertln. Bent took the shot early as he could, on his weaker side, and it didn't really trouble Mike Pollitt.
Well, maybe question marks about the defenders here, but I think you've got to give credit to the quality of the pass. Fantastic. Doesn't really catch it clean.
Kavanagh. Thomas coming in from the left-hand side, and the officials decide that Wigan gain no advantage, and it will be a free kick.
Yeah, just a little bit of backing in there by Thomas. Zeeuw, as he always is, totally committed to winning the ball.
I do feel that character is a vital element in this particular contest today. When is it? Never, I guess, but there are some players here who've had to look themselves in the mirror recently about being in a team on a losing run, and that goes for both sides. So Very important win for Charlton against Sunderland, but Sunderland have been beaten by pretty much everybody. And here's McCulloch against the bar. Camara back of the net. That's what Wigan wanted.
Well, they absolutely go to sleep here, Charlton. Alan Curbishley will be fuming getting done with a throw-in like this. Simple throw-in across the body of McCulloch, turns. It's a throw-in from Baines. Where's the marking? Awful, but it's a fantastic strike. It's in the side of the crossbar. Camara does ever so well. It's not that easy a take, but it's a good connection. But what about the defending? Really poor, but great strike with McCulloch. Excellent finish with Camara.
Well, they were quick out of the blocks, Wigan, and they got an 8th minute reward. Camara, who was wasteful at Manchester United, has hammered Wigan into the lead here. That'll be offside against Teale. Well, Gary Teale on one flank, Lee McCulloch on the other. It's a couple of Scots in the wide positions.
Yeah, and a Scot getting pulled up for offside there. That certainly wasn't. I mean, I'm afraid the assistant referee got that one wrong. But back on the side today, maybe Paul Joe looking at him getting at Chris Powell.
Forward by Zeeuw. And Zeeuw, he's only been out a couple of weeks, but I must say he's got back to business very purposefully. But bent. Murphy trying to back him up. Smertln. Young. Not Young. Should have been.
Yeah, but it's good pressing there from McCulloch that forces Murphy into the hurried pass out to Young.
Bullard got there first, and Camara is away from Hreidarsson. Powell comes across. He's got Roberts with him, Henri Camara. But having just scored, maybe it was in his mind to double up.
I just get stuck in his feet here. I mean, he spins and runs away for Hreidarsson. He's looking to twist, turn. Roberts has made a good run up alongside him. He's looking for the ball, doesn't get it. He's not very happy either.
Camara.
Yeah, they're certainly winning the battle in the middle of the park, Kavanagh and Bullard. And that in turn is giving their wide men plenty of the ball. Teale, Chimbonda when he gets forward, McCulloch on the left, whereas Ambrose and Thomas haven't really got into this game yet.
Well, Camara's turn has lost Charlton, and with two arriving, it looks at 2-0 would be a certainty.
Well, there's a Hreidarsson. That's a great bit of defending in the penalty box here. I mean, he gets in a little bit easy, but this looks goal written all over. I mean, it's a fantastic bit of defending there. Luke Young does ever so well. That looks a certain goal. Throws his body at it. Determined to keep that ball out, and he did.
Ambrose. Murphy. Pass it back to Darren Ambrose again. But Darren bent. Good stop by Pollitt. Comes out to Kishishev. Best opening so far for Charlton. And their top scorer didn't take it. But Ambrose is going in, and there's another nervy moment, and Bent reflects on the opportunity here.
It's a lovely little lob to set Bent up in the first place, and he makes a good run. But Pollitt, like he did during the week at Old Trafford, another terrific block. And the ball comes in here for Thomas. Ambrose looks favourite. If he gets a nick in that, that's in the back of the net. Scare for Wigan.
At Stamford Bridge, crucially the only goal of the game at Old Trafford. The first goal of the game came from right wing corners against Wigan. This is Young. Might be a way out for Wigan here, with Roberts. Camara to the right, Bullard to his left. Here's Camara. He took a touch that allowed Kishishev, on the touch as they say, to make a challenge. Well, get back at it, snap back in for Charlton.
Well, it's great defending, but I think it's not the best of first touches here with Camara. Just overruns it slightly, doesn't push the ball in the direction that he wanted, gives Smertln a chance to get back at him, but it's a Wigan corner.
From Kavanagh to Bullard, and McCulloch was hoping that Roberts could locate the ball there and just tee him up. Well, this wide left attacking is the right back, Pascal Chimbonda.
Well, they must have got a dozen dangerous crosses in from left and right, particularly this fella here, Chimbonda. Charlton working overtime in their own penalty box.
Charlton still look vulnerable. What they have done is pep up the positive nature of their own attacking play. Kavanagh. Part of the ploy of using McCulloch in the wide left position is to trade on his aerial ability. A bit of progress down the touchline with that in mind, and McCulloch's available again. Goes in towards Roberts, stretching in front. There's Perry, and it's led to another corner, and again, that's not a coincidence, that's well worked. Put it into a position where Perry has to play at it. Consequence inevitably is a corner. It's loose. Zeeuw that time made a run to the near post. Jackson has stayed back. Zeeuw has stayed forward. Bullard. Another excellent ball in from a wide position. Here's Baines, Roberts, Bullard. He's hit it well, Kiely Paris, and he got it out of the danger area to where, in the end, Charlton can defend, but Wigan look worthy of a second goal.
I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty impressive first half hour from Wigan, that's for sure.
Roberts. Kavanagh can keep it going right. Teale. He's a bit disappointed that he didn't deliver a ball in, but it's another corner. It's been a first half full of attacking play.
Well, if it's Paul Joe's plan to get plenty of balls out to the wide areas, it's working. Teale and McCulloch seen a lot of the ball.
Zeeuw couldn't make contact. Kavanagh. Bullard really trying to hammer that one across, and goes short to Gary Teale. Chimbonda. I think you can continue your plaudits for Luke Young, Gordon.
Yeah, well that's the third time in this game. I mean, that's fantastic defending for a right back. Chimbonda's what he just throws himself at it. Look young. I know you're on the wrist sometimes, it may be handball hitting your arm, but once again that's terrific defending.
It's the 7th corner for Wigan Athletic. Bullard bends it in. Darren Bent did his job again defensively. Smertln. Must be going through Paul Jewell's mind, maybe, Gordon, that they've called the tune, they've made their opportunities. Still 1-0, and Charlton have already shown there was some neat passing and a very good chance that Bent had, but they're not just making up the numbers. Thomas. It's a square ball from Powell, and a mistake by Kishishev. Alan Kirbyshire will feel that Charlton made too many mistakes in this first half. Camara, in goes Roberts after Kiely had saved. The referee had a good look at it, but didn't feel that Roberts was impeded in any way. Again, it could so easily have been a second goal for Paul Jewell's side.
Well, that's just blunderland by Charlton Athletic. Powell, then Smertln, and once again it was fantastic defending by Luke Young. He really has been heroic in this first half for Charlton at the back, and it's had to be.
Teale. The cry of keeper on our television gantry.
I mean, this is determination and concentration. I mean, Camara gets through, it's a decent save by Kiely. It looks as if Roberts is going to knock it into the net. Kiely on the ground, but no. Luke Young over once again.
Kavanagh. Well, Wigan have applied the force in midfield in particular, and Charlton have struggled to live with that side of the home team's game. McCulloch. Smertln once more. As Gordon quite rightly says, blunderland in midfield for the visiting team. But Luke Young, fortunately, has been captain courageous, hasn't it?
He's been sensational, Martin, at the back. 3 or 4 different occasions. Just absolutely superb defending, concentration, determination. Easy to see why he's in the England set-up.
Well, he's kept Charlton in it, to be fair, with an added minute to go before half-time. Bullard trying to give Charlton the eyes, really. Faint that he's going to shoot. It was a long way out. I don't think too many of us thought he was going to shoot. And it's Ambrose who loses out. Baines might stay in, but Teale can't get that.
Yeah, they've been living dangerously in this first half. Once again, slack play by Charlton Athletic that lets Wigan Athletic in. I think Paul Jewell will be disappointed it's only 1-0 at half-time. It's been an excellent first half performance from Wigan. Chimbonda at right back's been terrific. 2 central midfield players have dominated. Would be more goals up if it wasn't for Luke Young, right back for Charlton. An absolutely tremendous first half he's had. Can't say the same for the rest of his defenders.
Well, Wigan have been the Athletic here in the first half. Camara scored after 8 minutes, and they could and maybe should have had more. Charlton have struggled to deal with the energy levels up here at the JJB Stadium, but even so, Darren Bent got into a decent finishing position. Mike Pollitt was able to parry the shot. So plenty of applause for Wigan, who are trying to show today that they are back after their 5 consecutive defeats and their run of very difficult games, of course, over that period. 45 minutes. The answer to that question is very much in the affirmative, but it will be decided here over the second half, because at the break Charlton are only 1 down at the JJB Stadium. For Charlton, it's Sean Bartlett on, Jerome Thomas off, and Bartlett a central striker. We'll see whether Bent goes to a wide position, or what Gordon McQueen is probably more likely is they will try and get this goal back by changing to a 4-4-2.
Yeah, I think they're shaping up that way at this moment in time, and I thought there was always a chance that Alan Curbishley would change things at half-time. I mean,
Luke Young really has kept Charlton in the contest.
Well, he's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's a really outstanding performance, some terrific defending and commitment and bravery. Back post areas when balls are coming from wide right, and there was plenty of them in the first half. Chimbonda and Gary Teale getting a lot of joy down that side. I'm sure that's something that Alan Curbishley's trying to sort out at half-time as well. And it looks like Charlton went to 4-4-2. You know, Bartlett and Bent maybe giving Zeeuw and Jackson a bit more to do than they did in the first half.
So Darren Ambrose has come out onto the left. They've been pretty much on the edge of the first 45 minutes on the right. Murphy. Zeeuw's header. Knocked on by Kavanagh. Flag goes up against Camara, the scorer of the one Wigan goal so far. Chimbonda. Bartlett's missed a lot of football through an injury sustained in away training with South Africa, the usual club manager's nightmare when the internationals come around.
Well, those problems are going to get worse for a lot of managers in the Premiership very, very soon in the African nations, but it's a problem you know about when you sign them. But it's a blow nevertheless. It's Danny Murphy that's out on the right for Charlton just now. I can't imagine he'll hug the touchline. I think he'll play infield a little bit.
Baines. Perry tight on Roberts. 350th Premiership appearance. Of course, many good years with Wimbledon. A spell with Tottenham as well. Never strayed too far from the southeast of England. It's been a testing time for Alan Curbishley after Charlton began the season so wonderfully. Of course, has raised the bar of expectation with the distance he has brought Charlton Athletic in his many years of management. Smertln, Kishishev, now Ambrose. Kishishev. Young with a chance this time to get forward, but not for long. McCulloch puts up a barrier. Perry. And Bent might just get there. And a wave of the arms from the referee to say nothing doing for Charlton and Darren Bent. What do you think, Gordon?
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be interesting to see this one again. I mean, Darren Bent pounces in this one really quickly. Pollitt comes racing out. I don't think he makes any attempt to foul Darren Bent here. I think it's Darren Bent that runs into the goalkeeper. I think the referee gets that one right. Always difficult when a player's running at a goalkeeper at pace. The ball runs away from him. Player lands in the deck. But I do believe we get that one right.
Powell. Charlton attacking the goal behind which travelling supporters watching, probably shivering. It's great work by Camara. Here's Teale looking for Roberts. Flag goes up. In any case, Kiely keeps it out.
Yeah, it's a great bit of football here with Wigan. And it's just marginally offside. Once again, official correct. Get plenty of criticism these days. Assistant referees. Two pretty biggish decisions there, particularly the penalty one, which I think he got right. I think that was there for all to see that he got right.
Mike Cairns, the man with the flag. Martin Atkinson, the referee. Jackson was ducking down a bit, but the foot was still high from Ambrose. Kavanagh. Went young powerfully again. Roberts heads on. Camara is there! Camara is there! And Wigan might be there as far as getting back on the Premiership winning route again.
Well, the way they've been defending today, that comes as no surprise. Another defensive mistake. Hreidarsson, Kiely, then you mix up here. It's the flick on. Camara doesn't give up on it. Pokes his right leg out, knocks it past Kiely. Once again, defended that Alan Kirby's will be absolutely livid with. But great anticipation and persistence by Camara. 2-0 to Wigan, and they deserve it.
And he's got a goal early in each half. And he will be feeling just a little bit more relaxed. Baines. And Chimbonda there. Powell wouldn't have known he'd been there, I don't think. Camara on the hat-trick. Corner.
Well, I'm afraid Hreidarsson's just had one of those days. He completely missed the ball altogether there. But once again, Chimbonda. Energy levels incredible here. Diagonal ball from Baines. Great header at the back post. Hreidarsson misses it completely.
Wigan's corner. Taken by Bullard. Another corner. McCulloch. Zeeuw, very positive in their aerial work in these circumstances. That is McCulloch. Well, no wonder they aim for him.
Well, certainly Bullard doesn't make it easy with the Charlton defenders, with the quality set plays. They've been first class. Any time I've watched them play, they've been first class.
I haven't seen Paul Jewell smiling much over the last few weeks after so much to smile about. In the early months of the season, twice manager of the month back to back. So terrific accolade for the main man here at the JJB.
Well, he's had a pretty miserable month, and as I've mentioned, the really tough fixtures that he had. But if he gets the 3 points today, there's a fair bit to go in this game yet. And they beat Bolton, all of a sudden start climbing up the league in the semi-final of the Carling Cup.
Obviously they've been looking at this game, but not wanting to put too much pressure on it. The talk before the game was of getting a league win before the end of the year, with the hectic fixture programme coming up, just to get them back on track. But of course they would love it to be today, and then they can be looking for more than one by the end of the year.
Well, in the build up to this game, Paul Joe was saying he'd like to get the 15 points. It takes them to 40. Almost guarantees them staying in the Premiership, and I think he had every confidence in his players that they would do that. He was certainly very bullish about the whole thing, and you can understand why. He knows his players better than anybody. And when you watch them perform, the way they have in this match, it's no surprise that he's very confident they're going to stay in the Premiership.
Well, they're on the move again. And Camara. And Baines got to a ball that he probably shouldn't have got to. Camara. Oh, Kiely came careering out, and Camara has a hat-trick in the Premiership for Wigan Athletic.
Well, it's difficult to make your mind up whether this was brilliant forward play with Camara or atrocious defending. I think it's a bad both, which is no surprise. The defending's been awful all day, but let's give the credit to Camara here. Absolutely brilliant hat-trick, almost certainly 3 points in the bag for Wigan after the desperate run they've had. I mean, it's terrific play, a bit like Camara against Ben Thatcher in the West Brom City game. Knocks it round the defender one way, runs round, collects it the other. Leighton Baines does ever so well in the build-up to this. It's not cleared properly, just knocks it one way, round Luke Young, away from Perry. Kiely gets into a ankle, knocks it into the net. Tremendous play with Camara. Terrific performance from the striker here today.
Well, the Wigan are the warriors, if I can use that word about the football team. Charlton are the warriors, because it was chaotic at the back for Alan Kirbishley, but Paul Jewell's men are glittering here on this grey December afternoon, and on the camera is Camara at the forefront of it all. He might have had 2 or 3 at Old Trafford.
Yeah, well, once again, I mean, they got a bit of a doing during the week at Old Trafford, mainly because Wayne Rooney was in sensational form, but they come up against some great attacking play at Old Trafford. But in saying that, their attacking play was pretty good. I mean, they made quite a number of chances at Old Trafford.
I mean, there are 3 men there who are wise in their football ways, make no mistake about that, but they're wondering about what they're watching.
But he's changed the system a little bit from midweek. 4-3-3 at Old Trafford. It's a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4 today.
And Charlton haven't been able to cope. The goals could have come in the first half to add to Camara's one, but they're getting their due desserts now.
Well, we could pick faults in the Charlton defending, but I'll tell you what, it's been a fantastic Wigan performance.
Here's Bullard's free kick. Something a little more straightforward for Powell to do. Kavanagh can fire it back.
Just making sure Mike Pollitt's awake.
It was Chimbonda heading it off. And why should we be surprised to find the right back there? He's done it a few times today and many times this season, and what an addition to the entertainment levels in England Pascal Chimbonda has been.
He's been a fantastic signing. I mean, well done to whoever brought him to these shores. I mean, left wing, right back, left back. And I'll tell you what, he's an aerial threat for these set pieces as well. This is another one from Wigan. I don't know how many they've had today, but I'll tell you what, it's a fair few. And Chimbonda's got his head to quite a lot of them as well.
Corners into double figures for Wigan. Many of them aimed at McCulloch. And Darren Bent has shown he's kept his head up for Charlton, and just as well he has.
Well, corner kicks against, that's his 3rd important header in this match, Darren Bent.
To Zeeuw, but his wasn't the last touch. It's another Wigan corner. What a response to a run of results. I know, Gordon, you said Paul Jewell went into it thinking, well, we won't get anything from it, probably anything as a bonus, but it's still hard to take. McCulloch! Charlton had Murphy on the post. It was just as well they did.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're really going for the jugular now, Wigan. They're not happy with the 4, they want 5. And the way things are going at this moment, great chance they'll get it. I mean, they've been all over the place at set pieces right from the off today, haven't defended corner kicks at all well.
Murphy. Teale trying to take it on the burst. Charlton are doing their best to put some passes together. Having to do it under pressure. They've got Murphy back in a more central position, which seems to be a wise policy. And there's no flag here, as there is now. It seemed to be certainly offside as Bent puts it into the net. Again, Mark Warren is the man this time, reacting as the ball arrived rather than the previous touch.
Well, it's one of these situations again. I mean, he's clearly offside. There's no arguing about that. The flag goes up eventually, but that's the rules, so I can't blame the assistant referee.
Just makes you think in that extra second or two, is he sleeping? Has he missed it? Ben didn't miss the chance, but it was properly ruled out. 3-0 to Wigan. Inside the last 20 minutes, but only just. Might be more misery for Charlton, but Kishishev looking to then find a killer ball.
That's good experience play there by Wigan. The back four just kept a nice high line. There's twice in the last minute or two Bartlett's made runs in behind defenders, but plenty of experience in there. Jackson and Zeeuw just a little look along the line, take a step up, leave them in offside positions. Bent and Bartlett in offside positions there.
Murphy. Baines got there. Teale. Joel might change his formation, as you rightly pointed out, he has done for this game. But they don't change the way they approach things, do they, Wigan? It's 100%.
Well, the tempo's been fantastic throughout this match. I mean, you thought when they get the third goal, maybe sit back, coast along, just knock the ball about, but they want more.
Roberts comes out to Kavanagh. It's a very good block by Chris Perry.
Painful block as well, the Chris Perry there.
Jackson had to sweep it up there for Wigan. Either side of him, the thrust of Bent, or the thrusting players, Bent and Bartlett. But he got to the ball. Smertln. Powell. Murphy. Around Jackson. Chimbonda with a good challenge. Smertln stayed on his feet. Murphy involved again. Bent. To Zeeuw from Young's cross. It's a lovely ball from Bullard. And Spector.
That's a booking as well, Martin. I mean, Roberts has got in the wrong side of him here, Spector. Roberts has used his strength. He's getting away from him. Referee absolutely no choice but to boot. Player there. Charlton were in trouble if he never.
The player from the United States, from Manchester United, Jonathan Spector, didn't read the bounce. And an easy decision for Martin Atkinson. Powell. Smertln. Back for Powell. strikers still waiting in the middle for the ball to come in. Finally does from Hughes. Bent looking to head it back for Bartlett. Young. Bent. Murphy's shot.
Yeah, he's getting put under pressure here at the edge of the box, Danny Murphy. He's got to hit this one really early. Full marks to Charlton, keep plugging away. Try to get a goal. Certainly be no more than a consolation goal at this late in the game.
Well, the hat-trick hero gets his own ovation.
Yeah, deliberate bit of psychology here. Paul Zeeuw knows that Camara's going to get an ovation when he comes off the pitch. Has done. Fantastic reception for the Wigan fans. Should be as well. Fantastic performance.
Taylor heads on. Roberts. And Chris Perry was almost tempted into grabbing out at him. Hreidarsson's not happy.
Well, it's not a good day for Hreidarsson. Involved in the misunderstanding with Kiely, and by and large his, well, defender's not been good.
Chimbonda. A bit of skill on the ball from Murphy. But he hasn't been able to take the game by the scruff of its neck really at any point. With the strength, the skill and the attitude of Wigan Athletic here, which has never faltered. Back to winning ways for Wigan Athletic. More concern for Alan Kerbishley and Charlton. Zeeuw back in the team, and he certainly was a superb skipper in a splendid performance, but Henri Camara will get the headlines with goals 1, 2 and 3. It's a tremendous result for the home side after their 5 consecutive defeats, and Paul Jewell sees their points tally get going again. They're up to 28 now. Of course 25 came in a rush, and then it all stalled, as it was always likely to do given those the 5 fixtures in a row. But goodness me, there were no signs of any despondency. Charlton have felt the force here. They contributed with their mistakes, but they never got into the game once they conceded early to Camara. 1 or 2 flashes from Darren Bender, possible penalty claim. But Wigan Athletic, very worthy winners. And their survival mission back on track and more. They've beaten Charlton here by 3 goals to 0.
Paul, that's some way to get back to winning ways today.
Yeah, it was a good win for us there. Really good performance from start to finish. A few questions have been asked by certain people, and we answered all our questions today.
Created chances, but Henri Camara there taking all 3.
Yeah, we created loads of chances. I don't know how many attempts at goal we had, and how many corners and free kicks and shots on target we had. It was, it was sometimes you think, they're going to nick one on a break, and they almost did that. Pollitt made a great save at 1-0. But we just continued in the second half the way we did in the first half. It was a good performance.
They perhaps had a shout for a penalty at the start of the second before you got that second goal as well?
Yeah, from where I was, it looked as if there might be a shout, but the lads are saying that Pollitt said he didn't touch him, but I haven't seen it on the tape. But I think if he wouldn't have got 3 points out of the game, would have been an injustice.
Alan, to start with, at the start of that second half, should you have had a penalty to get you back into things today?
Well, I think we did, but obviously the referee saw it differently. But you make your own luck, and the way we're defending at the moment, we wasn't going to be given it. You know, it's as simple as that. I thought it was a penalty. I was very disappointed when it wasn't given. But you know, we had a couple of chances before that to get back in the game. But we was never going to take anything here today because you know, we can't defend the way we've been defending. It's not just the back four or the goalkeeper, it's the whole team. You know, it's not right. It's not right. It's not set up to defend. And you can see by the amount of goals we're conceding.
Very frustrating for a manager, but how do you go about altering that?
Change it. You know, simple as that. Until we stumble on, you know, the defensive qualities that we need. If you let a man go from a throw on in the box, you've got no chance. If you know, the keeper comes out and the centre half doesn't want to clear it, or he's heard a shout, whatever what happened there, we wasn't going to score that goal. It wouldn't have happened at the other end, and the third goal was just comical. And you know, it's been happening to us too much. You know, we've got walloped at Blackburn, individual errors. We got a walloping by Man City a couple of weeks ago. Chronic defending, can't carry on. It just can't. So we've got to do something about it.
Henri, first of all, how does it feel to score your first hat-trick in English football?
Yeah, I'm happy today. It's a good day for me, for the team. It's good.
How important was it then to get back to winning ways today?
C'était important pour l'équipe de retourner après les 5 défaites là.
Yeah, it's important for the team today. 3 points is good.
We were a little bit hurt by losing 5 on the trot, but we knew that we had proper tough games, and it wasn't easy for us, but we've come out. The gaffer's been talking all week about keeping our heads up and being confident, and I think today we've shown that we had our heads up and we were looking for a win and we got it.
Paul Jewell said this was a test of character. They had 5 straight defeats against a run of very difficult teams. So today, how did they cope with that?
Well, it's a great. I mean, this is a basic throw in, an inside run, which the Charlton defenders haven't picked up. But great start. I mean, he will be turning his hair out. And to be fair, Camara has looked really lively. He's got pace and he gets beyond people. He's on the move here, but you don't deal with it defensively. I mean, and you know, this lad who has got pace and eye for the goal gets in. The Hreidarsson, that should be tidied up. That should be.
Alan said he was completely and utterly shocked by his performance of his players.
This goal here is, I mean, at this level, it's very, very poor defending. I mean, Perry and Kiely get mixed up, and I mean, there's so many. There's a catalogue of errors there. I mean, if you make one mistake, you want your teammate to get you out of trouble. But they just made mistake after mistake and gifted them goals. You know, you cannot defend like that and win football matches.
Now, Paul Jewell did say that the players were down after the 4-0 at Manchester United. But what does it say about them that they've come out today and there's no hangover, was there?
No, not at all. I mean, the games you're on about, the hard games, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, I've seen them play against Arsenal.
Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham. Yeah, I think that was the easiest one. That's a joke. No, they're all hard games, and like he said, how are they going to bounce back? Is there the confidence affected on that performance? It wasn't, and they've given a right result. Show plenty of character there.
Wigan, who